boys and girls, welcome to Monday night 6:30 through till 8 with the Tilton Talk Show. And we've got a fair whack to talk about tonight, girls and boys, haven't we? Sponsored by Tamworth Small Affordable Cars. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much indeed. Chris, I absolutely love that shirt you're wearing.
Thank you. You can't have it.
Yeah. Where'd you get it from?
I don't know. It was a Christmas present. Birthday present.
When was your birthday?
You still can't have it. September. Not long ago.
September.
You know, that one that you forgot.
Oh, so they're kind of still available then somewhere, aren't they?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
If you could find out where whoever got it, you got it from,
okay,
let me know, because I love that penguin shirt. Loved it.
Shirt.
Well, with great sadness, obviously, we're going to mention Richard Sweeney, who sadly passed away last week. A Blue Nose. Never got to meet him myself personally, but he was one of us, and obviously he did a lot. And he was, we've been talking beforehand, and he was one of the top bloke as well. So, Richard Sweeney, your family and your friends are in our thoughts tonight. And then, of course, the sad passing of Bobby Charlton and his funeral today. None of these things are ever easy. Remembrance weekend, it's been a difficult one in our house, as usual. And Birmingham City cannot win a game. We were sixth in the league with John Eustace. Sixth. I think last time I looked, we were 18th. 1 point out of 15. Claire, you went up to Sunderland, didn't you?
Yeah.
Sum up your weekend, Shug.
I did have a lovely weekend. I think all the fans that were down there, we went with optimism. I think I'm not going to be all negative, because I think it's too negative at the moment in general. I've got to admit their poppy display was outstanding. I think the actual minute silent was probably one of the best I've ever been to. I think everybody was impeccable, so fair play to both fans. On the pitch, it was a slightly different story. They came at us. We gave them far too much space. We respected them far too much. We all knew that Job was going to score. He didn't celebrate, even though everybody's telling me that he did, but he didn't. And I think that was class from him as well. We were just really sloppy with the ball again. So whenever we attacked, we did look decent, and we looked like we could do something. To be fair, it could have been 3-3 at half time. It was end to end. It was the second ball. We always seemed to ricochet off us and go straight back to them, while they had the luck. It was a decent goal by Miyoshi, but I don't know where Wayne Rooney is with defending, but if he thinks that's outstanding, I am really worried. Considering, you've got Ashley Cole and John O'Shea, who I know, they're not like the best defenders, because, Ashley Cole was good going forward. But if you've got some world-class, defensive players who have played, I'm really worried about the defensive side. I mean, like you said, Craig, we didn't really have one. And I think it's even on corners. And I just think Sanderson looks like a broken man, even the way he spoke. Yeah. And it's just such a shame, because, we've got some really top-class players in there. I mean, Laird was brilliant again. James was good. We just lack something, and it's such a shame. We went all the way there expecting, and, I just think we just gave them too much of the ball.
How many Birmingham fans were there?
I think there was about 1,500, I think.
Right, okay, because they were making a fair noise.
Oh, yeah.
We were loud. I think, we got behind them. We got behind them. When we scored, it was like a relief. Just when the second goal came, they hit the bar, they hit the post, Yeah, I know. And then the thing is, there was boos when he took Jay off. We're 2-1 down. We need a goal. He brings Hogan and Yuki on. We were all a bit, and there was booing. But I mean, we did make a fair bit of noise. Had a few people message me going, how many is there? Like 3,000? But no,
that's kind of what I was thinking about 3,000. I'm thinking, my goodness me. Yeah. But you're absolutely right, Claire. I'll take you back to the start of that game, or before the start of the game. And that poppy gesture was, I've got massive goosebumps. That poppy gesture was just absolutely superb. And, well, congratulations to Sunderland for doing that. The one at Birmingham was absolutely brilliant as well. And, long may it continue. Long may it continue. Who did you go up with?
I went up with my mum, but then we meet Lindsay, Terry and Robin. I did meet someone at the hotel. He does watch this show. I'm so sorry that I never got your name. But he was like, he said about Tilton Talk Show, but he was eating breakfast and I was going to get mine. So, but met the Punjabi Blues lot as well. So they were great guys too. Yeah, so it was, we were all optimistic. It's just a shame that we just couldn't get a result. So, but we go on to not next Saturday, but the Saturday after, and hopefully with 2 weeks, he can sort the defence out.
Does anyone here think it needs to change, like, to suit the players that we've got? Because the way he's trying to get us to play, I don't think suits the players we've got. You've got to play to the player strengths that you've got, and I just don't think at the moment he's doing that. And they're doing their best out there, but they just don't look comfortable in this system. And when we had John Eustace, obviously, I know he didn't get, I'm not saying we'd be seventh still now after all these games, but at least we had a bit of an identity on the pitch, you know what I mean? He was playing to the strength of the players that we had in the 4-2-3-1, and we were scoring more goals. He did play that. I know, yeah, but he's got the fullbacks, though, and he's going further up. And he's trying to play more pressing, Claire, and it just don't suit the players. And, we're getting undone in defence a lot more easily than what we did when Eustace was here, and we're scoring a lot less goals than what we did when Eustace was here. Yeah. So, if he wants to play this way, that's fine, but I would say...
Paul, any manager worth his salt, the first thing you'll do, you'll work out a system for the players he's got.
Yeah.
That's the first thing he has to do. Well, he hasn't done that.
No.
Now, if come January we sign a number of players and they can play to his system, that'll be fine. But that's 2 months away.
Yeah.
That's 2 months away. And we're in the soft and smelly.
Yeah.
We can't win the toss, I don't think, let alone win a game. Now we've got international fullbacks and international centre halves coaching our team, and since they've come in, we have got worse, not better. Absolutely. We 6 weeks ago we would come on here and say, well, we got the best defence, blah, blah, blah. We've got a bloke out of the Italian league, can't get a game because Long was keeping him out, and Sanderson was magnificent. What a great captain he is. 2 fullbacks that were top class. Now they look like a bunch of no-hopers.
Yeah,
even Laird got skinned at the end. The third goal.
Do you think it would have been a better scenario had the board and the directors have waited perhaps until the Christmas period, until the January window was upon us almost?
Absolutely.
Made this change. But then, what if John Eustace would have what if we would have been in position 3 right now? I don't know. Where would we be with 14 more points now? I don't know off the top of my head.
I wouldn't have said we would have got any more. I don't know about... I think the whole game, probably we might have got a result, but with all the other teams, they are flying at the moment. I know Sunderland have had a bit of a dip, but out of all these games, was anyone expecting anything? To me, it's the lack of passion and the lack of everything. I mean, they were coming forward and our defenders were running back towards our own goal. And we were like, go towards them. But literally, if you go towards them, make it hard for them.
Okay,
I can't see
how long do you give Wayne Rooney at the helm?
Well, I already know he's in till... He's not expected anything this season.
I'm talking from Claire's point of view. How long
from my point of view, I think you give him the January transfer window and then you see what happens, because he's in. This is the end. That's it. he's in. That he's not going to go anywhere. He's got no pressure this season.
Mark,
I'd say the same. I'd say till Christmas because he's not going. Like Claire said, he's not going anywhere. I mean, it's all right. People.
No, I didn't say he was going anywhere. I want to take it from a fan's point of view. As how long would you give him?
I'd give him till Christmas.
Right,
because I think five games.
Craig Courtney.
He's got a 3-year contract, so he's here for 3 years.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, from a fan's point of view, how long would you give him?
3 years. I look at it this way, right, and I've seen loads of arguments around why he should go, why he shouldn't.
I'm not saying he should go.
No. So just to put it into perspective, right, and I read a really good note on our message board. It was posted, I think it was yesterday afternoon, and it clarifies a few things, including stats, right? So leading up to the dismissal of John Eustace, and if you take the 2 games out of it, he took 2 points out of 15, leading up to the 2 games that he took points from and won, right? So up until Huddersfield and West Brom, he'd taken 2 points out of 15. And at that point in time, fans called for his head. He got 2 results and 2 wins, and everything went quiet. Now, at that point of 2 points in 15, I think we all can be realistic and know that the decision was that he was going. I think at that point in time, he was on borrowed time, and he'd already, in fact, arguably, he'd already gone.
Well, yeah, I can't go back to the Eustace era now because that's
No,
over.
we've got to. I mean, the first 15 minutes we looked atrocious. After that, up until half time, there were spells again of us being half decent. But at the weekend, the problem, plain and simply, was the defence. The rest of the team actually put in a stint. Sunic, yet again, was a proper workhorse in midfield, and he's never going to be this world beater that's going to give us fantastic balls through the middle and everything else, but he worked hard. And the defence were at fault for all of the goals. There is no other excuse. I was same as Claire, and as we said at the beginning, I'm baffled by the comments of we were excellent in defence. That and I cannot. I just don't understand that statement. But you know, in terms of there's a proper split in the fans, and there shouldn't be, including I can say right. I've got friends who absolutely detest him and have messaged me, "Have you had enough? He's got to go," and everything else. Right, Rooney is going nowhere. He's going absolutely nowhere. He'll have the January window. Unless the club make an absolute drastic decision, then I still see him being here next summer. And moving forwards, I think the fraction that's there is because of the way things occurred. And also, to be honest, I don't think he could go away now and win 10 games and have the backing of every single fan at the club, because people just simply do not like Wayne Rooney.
Sorry, if he won 10 games on the trot, mate, he'd be my hero. Absolutely, he would.
Nick, that's the case with yourself, but there are a minority of fans
I'll get you,
what he does.
Yeah, Mark, what was you saying, Mark?
He's not going anywhere, you know, and it's a shame because he's fighting. He's fighting what's happening on the pitch. He's fighting the fans and getting the backing. But ultimately, everybody just keeps on going back. And I've seen too many things, too many people saying, let's go back to where we were. I saw comments of Rowett's out of work, getting back.
Yeah,
No,
that's ridiculous.
maybe the last time a Birmingham City manager left the club and come back.
Yeah.
Right.
Been sacked
In
for
my
a reason.
lifetime, I can't remember that happening, to be honest with you.
Rowett was sacked because he was trying to get rid of all these players and get his own mates in. There's a reason for all of them being sacked. I just think that people don't like him, so they're going to want to have him out because it's reminding everyone of the Zola era. Well, just got to give him a bit of a chance.
Is anyone getting the Zolas though? Because I'm not on about off the field. On the field, are we getting the Zolas yet? Because we're playing well, we're creating chances, we're looking dangerous going forward. but we're losing most games, you know. We've lost 4 in 5.
Absolutely.
I agree.
I think Mark
Sorry,
needs to
Mark.
come in, Mark.
Yeah, sorry, I agree with you guys. One, he ain't going to go anywhere, and we've got to back that. Secondly, you know, everything you said about the game is the same defensively. That's what worries me, is that he came out in front of the TVs at the end and said the statement of it being excellent. And I think it was way, beyond that. I think we were really poor defensively. And, I feel like I'm echoing myself every week and repeating, but I still feel, from a coach's point of view, if you are going to play your fullback so high, then bring in Long, bring in Roberts, play 3 centre-backs. It's not pretty. Fans don't like it. But I think it takes away that pressure of the 2 centre-backs. Listen, Sanderson, I love Sanderson. He's our captain. He's been great for us. He wants it. He did want it. Seems a little bit more lower in himself right now, but I think that's a confidence thing. I think that's a trust thing with Rooney. And Sanderson isn't a footballing footballer, if you know what I mean. He's not a player, and he has never been a player that gets it at his feet and tries to pass it around. He's got his strengths. We've talked about it so many times on the messenger. You've got to play to these players' strengths. Sanderson's strength is to defend, clear the ball, and be a solid rock at the back. It's not for him to try to play the Van Dijk style of getting the ball and trying to pass it around. But I just feel you play 3 at the back, you can then let Laird and Drenham or Longelo or Buchanan, whoever it's going to be, go forward and enjoy themselves with a little bit more protection behind them. I think the problem is right now is we're getting caught out because they're expecting Sanderson and Ayew to do too much. They're trying to do all the back line work, and they don't know their positions. And the problem is then Drenham and Laird are always in 2 minds. They don't know if to go forward. They don't know if to stay. And by the time they make the decision, it's too late because these teams are just picking us off. You know, you look at most of the goals we've conceded in the last 4 weeks, it's come from the left or the right flank because they're just picking us off in the spaces behind that we're leaving because we're trying to go forward too quick. If you watch Man City do it, but they have 2 of the best centre midfielders in the world. They can sit back and support the 2 centre-backs. Unfortunately, we don't have that.
And I think that's the problem, isn't it, Mark? I think Rooney and obviously Ashley Cole and John O'Shea are trying to get us to play probably as well as what they used to. And these players, they're not as good as what they were. That's the thing. So
also, Paul, I wonder what the wage bill is for them three.
Well, exactly. But I'm not saying this can't work, though, by the way. It's only been 5 games.
I'm not saying it can't, but the frustration of going from 6th and earning 1 point in, was it 5 games?
Sixth, though, Nick.
Huh?
A fictitious 6th.
Yeah.
We were
punching. 6th, sorry. The table doesn't lie. We were 6th, Craig.
We were punching well above our weight. And at that point...
we were 6th and the table doesn't lie. Now we're 18th and the table still doesn't lie.
But we had a bit of momentum, though, didn't we? Scoring 7 goals in 2 games.
Yeah.
We've conceded 8 goals in the last 3 games, all of which have been scored inside the 6-yard box.
Yeah.
That's the worrying thing, though, isn't it? They're not narrow defeats.
If somebody pings one in from 25 yards, fine. You know, but they're getting tap-ins.
It's true. Craig, the message board has gone absolutely bonkers. You want to run through a couple?
It's gone mental, yeah. So to read out a few of the comments. So, I mean, there's one that's not long come through, and it's in regards to the actual way we're doing things from Mark Morgan. And Mark said, can anybody explain why he has given the players most of this week off when himself he has said he needs time on the training ground? And I think, the only thing for me is they need time to, yes, agree on the training ground, but they also need time for a break. I think the players themselves need to potentially get away from things because the negativity that's coming from fans is huge, and that does rub off. So, don't know why he's given most of that time off, but I agree that they need to have a break.
The negativity, Craig, that's coming from fans is because of the negativity of lack of results.
Absolutely. And O'Shea and Ashley Cole are off with England and Ireland. They can't do it. If they were all there tomorrow morning, they couldn't do anything because they're off. Gone somewhere else. So we might as well give the players
typical Birmingham City
time off. And I'd say to them all, you know, plug it off to the sunshine for a couple of days. Go to Dubai or whatever. Get away from it, and then we'll come back Wednesday, Thursday, and we'll be working all weekend to the next game, and hopefully we'll see some improvement. But that's what's getting to me. Everybody says, how long are you going to give him? Well, at this rate, we'll be bottom of the league by the end of February, by the end of December, and we you know, what happens if we don't beat Sheffield Wednesday and Rotherham? Rotherham have just sacked their manager. Wouldn't it be great if John Eustace turns up with Rotherham and skins us on our own pitch? That's what I'm worrying about. I
know where you're coming from, Watto, and it echoes some of the other comments that are on the board at the moment. And the one that's interested me is Shane Goff, and he's actually put, if I weren't a Blues fan, I'd really enjoy watching Blues in the last few games. The attacking football has been really good. Unfortunately, the defence has been awful. I think it will change for the better, and the road ahead is bright. So there's positivity there from that front. Jim Toner.
I can only say, Craig, thank God we've got 19 points on the board already, because we're playing Sheffield Wednesday next, bottom of the league.
Yeah, and we're going to go into the game and we're going to win.
Why can't we beat Sheffield Wednesday?
Why can't we beat Sunderland? Why can't we beat anybody?
What?
Because they're a better team than us.
I tell you why we. Of course, we can beat them, but the point is we may not. We may not. Our defence is shocking.
Let's do next 5 games because you know, it's only 5 games and the fixtures haven't felt nice for him the way, you know, the time he's come in either. So
you know, give it another 5 games, we could be sat here with 1 point out of a possible 30. Or on the other hand, we could be sat here with another 7 to 10 points.
I think we're too good for that.
I don't think for a minute we will. I think we'll win. You know, beat Sheffield or Rotherham. I can't see us lose. We're going to win again at some point. That's what I'm trying to say.
We're expected to win. That's the problem.
I find it a bit concerning though. After 5 games, you know, we've only scored 2 goals, 3 goals. You know, so it is a bit concerning. But let's go in the next 5 games, you know, from now, and hopefully we'll get more points than 1.
If we score 3 goals in the next 5 games and we beat Sheffield Wednesday 1-0 and we beat Rotherham 1-0, are we going to be dancing and singing and say we've turned the corner? Because it isn't it? Okay, if we do what I won't even use his name, the other guy did, and score 7 goals in two games and win 2 games, then everybody might be thinking, well, yes, we have turned the corner now, but I cannot see it. When the other bloke was in charge, I could see us sashing somebody, but I can't see us doing it now.
Unfortunately, Alan, you don't turn a corner in a week. You don't turn that corner in 1 week.
But if you think about it, right, if you look at the old Arsenal team, they used to sing 1-0 to the Arsenal. I'd rather win 1-0 every week. Win 5-0. But this is the problem now. So I think he's got to work. There's got to be something to do with the defence as the problem. And I've been discussing it with a few people that I know. Every team in the country, especially the ones in the Premier League, always looking for defensive players, a good centre-back. Arsenal, for example. So Arsenal have sorted out their defence. Now look where they are. Every good team has had a solid defensive partnership in the middle, 2 really good fullbacks and a decent goalkeeper. So I think if you start with the defence and sort that out, going forward, we look fine. There's nothing wrong with our attacking play. It is sometimes hoofball sometimes because we're just launching it at Burke and Jay because they just go in behind. But I think, you know, I would rather win 1-0 every week. If you said to me every week we're going to win 1-0 and we're top half the table, I would take that better than a 4-0 win.
What would that mean?
Everybody else
it would mean our defence is spot on. Every time we keep a clean sheet, we score 1 goal, we win. Everybody's happy. But we don't. We score 2 goals and concede 2.
Sorry, Al. 3 of the best managers I've ever seen down the Blues in my life so far were defenders: Bruce, McLeish, and Chris Hughton.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, so
Absolutely.
I'm all for attack is the best form of defence, but you can only do it when you've got the right players to do it. And at the moment, we don't have that. And all this rolling it out from Ruddy to the centre backs, back to Ruddy to the other centre half, to the left back, back to the. Do you know what I mean? I can't stand watching it. Honestly, it just gives me anxiety watching it.
Yeah.
And you give the ball away then, and we're under pressure, and a couple of
It's
goals.
not fun.
No,
It's not fun at all to watch. But it's more like a chore.
Puts us under unnecessary pressure, I think. And even
we could have easily lost that game, Paul, 5 or 6-1 on the weekend. We could have easily lost that. I mean, they hit the post, hit the bar. Huh?
Yeah, I know.
Crikey.
I know. But even England, I mean, going to Southgate at England, he was playing rolling out from the keeper, wasn't he, to start with? And he's come away from that now in the 3 centre halves. He doesn't do that anymore. He started playing to the strength of the players he's got, and we've got a lot better. So,
Would you be Robbo back?
I'd love him back.
Can you sort it out then, Paul? Yeah.
Are you talking Robbo as in a coaching capacity or Robbo as in the long thrower?
Oh, not the long thrower. No, he can.
Not Mark Roberts.
But
What are we talking about then?
I'd rather have Julia Roberts.
No, I think Robbo on the training ground would be great as a defensive coach, but we've got Ashley. We have got Ashley Cole and John O'Shea there though, who were all due respect to Robbo, they were probably both better players than Robbo.
Hey, unfortunately, it's not working.
I feel like we need like a Blues presence though. I feel like we need somebody who's and a lot of people were saying this after the game. We need somebody who understands this club. Yeah. And at the moment, everybody's been to like Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, all these big teams. But actually, we're Birmingham City. We do things slightly different. And we've got a bit of a different passion. And I don't know whether we've lost that because I know we've got Mike Taylor there, but you don't know what he's been told to do or say. And, is he there because we haven't got another goalkeeper coach available? I don't know. But I feel like we need somebody to grab them and be like, come on, like, you are good players, just show it.
Yeah, if the club wants Robbo back, I'd go and fetch him now. You know what I mean? I'd drop him now at the training ground.
Taxi for Robbo.
He wouldn't need to drop him off anyway. The house is only the training ground is only around the corner from his house in Henley anyway. So,
come on, then, Paul. That's your job for this week.
There you go, Paul.
Yeah.
The only department where they haven't changed coaches is the goalkeeping department, and that is the only part of our team that has maintained its efficiency, shall we put it that way. We've still got the best 2 goalkeepers probably in the league, and the poor bloke on Saturday didn't know where he's coming and going with the people in front of him, but he still manages an expert performance every week, in spite of the fact that we're on the back foot all the time, and. Going on the back, I agree 100. That was the thing that got me annoyed. We had exactly what Claire describes. We had people who'd been part of the club, were part of the city, were whatever. They were aware of what Claire just said. You need that. This is Birmingham City. We do things slightly different. Yeah. You die for the badge and all that business. And we bring in outsiders who don't have any idea of what that's. What if you said to Ashley Cole, let's have a Julian Dix at left back. Let's have a Martin Granger at left back. Get us one of them. He wouldn't know what you're talking about. Well, no, because I used to play and I used to pass the ball and they used to pass it to me and I have to go and tackle somebody once every half of the game. You can see, and Rooney was the same. I scored goals. But he didn't score goals without having think of Rio Ferdinand and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And Manchester United always had a bloody good defence. They never got any credit because Manchester United already scored enough goals to win anyway. So they never
we've gone back, Alan, to this tippy-tappy football at the moment, haven't we? Right?
Yeah.
And we are Birmingham City, right? We run through walls, right? We're blood, guts, thunder, mud, and fury, yeah? And we ain't got that at the minute.
Well, we haven't.
Got the mud. Got the mud.
After playing tippy-tappy, but to get it forward, we're booting it forward to Burke and Jay to run onto. So it's two different things. And Ruddy does not look comfortable. He's so confused about what to do. And then he gets into Sunjic, and then it's just on Sunday he bounced off them all. It was like, you know, it was just ridiculous. And the amount of time, I mean, Joe Bellingham had this one time where he got the ball. He had at least 5-10 seconds to look up, and he pinged it to their wingers, and their wingers, we know that Roberts is left-footed and that Clark is right. Everybody knows they'll cut in and shoot whenever they can. They must have done that about 5 or 6 times. And it was the fact that, you know, all the goals, again, were, like we've already said, were from the fullbacks. And the one goal where Sanderson scored an own goal, it went over the bloke's head because he put his arm up saying it's going to go out. He headed it over Ruddy to tap it in. And we were all like, sometimes you can't manage those sorts of things. But I do think confidence is very, very low. And I don't know how he's going to get that back. That's going to be the problem.
Question, why do you think confidence is so low? Why?
I think, when you lose 5 games, you know, when you've had 5, you know, the type of games that we've had, and you've been beaten on the road so many times, and as soon as there's a goal scored, heads go. You see it straight away. Yeah. You know, actually, when we score, it's like a relief. It's more of a relief than a, come on, let's build on this. Yeah. I just think, I don't know. I think that, you know, if he's come out and said, this is my first team, I'm not looking at the subs bench, and when they come on, I'm not going, oh, actually, do you know what? He wants to play this. You know, like Dembele doesn't look like the signing he was at the start.
Okay, another quick question, Claire. How much did the weekend cost you personally?
Well, I stayed over, and then, I don't know, I'm not quite sure how much personally, but I know that, you know...
Possibly £200 to £300?
Yeah, about 200 quid probably. But I'll do it all over again, even for the same result.
I know you would, and we all would, mate. We all would. And I've done it, yeah? Mm-hmm. But yeah, when it's costing you 300 quid out of a wage, which is like considerably less than what a footballer gets, comes a lot of money, isn't it, again?
I know, but he knows that all of us do it for the love. We all do it for the passion of it. We all do it for the team. And we do it for, you know, seeing the people, the Blues family at the end of the day. And whatever happens, even if we're in League One, even if we're in League Two, we'd probably all do the same thing. We'll still do this show and everything else. So it will come good. It's got to at some point. We can't lose every single game. I just really hope he starts picking up points so that it starts to get back again. And we've got to be optimistic. We're Birmingham City here. We're not going to win the league. I don't think we're going to go down. I think we are too good to go down. But
we won't go down.
I just think we just need to have a bit of positivity. And, you know, I know I can be negative, but obviously, after, you know, a couple of games, like days after, you go, actually, this was good, but it's pretty obvious what it needs to work on. He just needs to do it.
Love him or hate him. I want this to work. Of course I want it to work. Don't we all? We all want it to work. But my goodness, it's just so frustrating.
Go on, Paul.
Look, we're in this position again.
Just to give us hope, Michael Carrick had a disastrous start this season, didn't he? After the first, what was it, half a dozen games, 7 games, something like that?
Yeah.
And have we seen him flying now? Would we say we've seen improvements, though, since his first...
Yes.
100%. Yeah. 100%.
Going forward, yeah.
It's got to click at some point, hasn't it? It really has. You know, one of these games, when we're against a bit of a lesser opposition, hopefully, like Sheffield Wednesday or Rotherham, I mean, Blackburn away, I can't remember us ever winning there in my life. I think Lee Novak scored or something, and I was about... Guys, going back years, isn't it? So we never really get a cup of tea there.
I went to that game.
Also, has he actually played with the best 11 yet?
No, so Buchanan, do we think Buchanan and Bielik coming back in could make a difference? and George
certainly the two fullbacks, but what he mustn't do, I mean, Lang had to come off in the end because his legs he'd gone.
Yeah.
He's been off. He was gone. He was taken off, and then they insulted us even more. We put the young kid on Oakley, and instead of saying right, we'll have a go at this young kid, they took Clark off. Yeah. So we don't need to attack these anymore because they ain't going to do anything. They took their best player off against our youngster, and I'm thinking. That's a kick in the goal, isn't it? You know.
Actually, Alan, it's pretty good man management, to be honest with team management.
Of course it is, yeah. This guy ain't going to kick him up in the air. We'll take him off and rest him. We've won the game. Let's not even bother.
What's everyone's opinions on Awu? Do we think he's an upgrade on Long, or do we think?
1,000,000%.
Yeah, 1,000 times better.
I like him.
He can move the ball. He can tackle. He at the moment is the one standing up.
Yeah.
In that
He's brought like a foreign influence, hasn't he? And a different way of seeing the game.
He can play the game that Rooney
He can play the game. That's his upbringing.
So how many players now do we think we've got that can play this system that Rooney's trying to play? And how many
Actually, Bakuna can do it.
Bakuna, James, Stansfield. I think half the team.
Anderson. I'm looking forward to Anderson coming back.
We can't say Buchanan yet, though, because we haven't seen him. And my biggest worry is with Buchanan is that if he has to play the style that Rooney's putting in right now, then he's going to get caught out as well. And everyone's going to go, well, Buchanan's not very good. We know he's good. We know Laird's good. We know Dranham's good. They're struggling because they're playing a system that they're not used to playing. That's the way it is.
You see, if we had a manager like Tony Mowbray, right?
Tony Mowbray plays the same football, and on Saturday played the same football that Rooney's trying to play.
Yeah, and they struggled in the back. They struggled at the back themselves a couple of times.
Well, am I right
in centre backs, but struggled.
Sorry, Mark. Am I right in saying that those two centre halves for Sunderland had never played together before?
Yeah, they were not very good centre halves.
They're not even centre halves.
Never played at centre back in the league.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean,
the last 10 or 15 minutes after we'd made our subs, Hogan had a shot at goal, Djukovic had a shot at goal, and Bakuna had several shots at goal, and my missus could have stopped them. No. Well, I'm looking, I was thinking, nobody's going to score a goal for us.
Yeah,
they were weak efforts, not on target. Pass backs virtually. Pass backs. We're not going to bust the net from, and it's that's what depresses me. Let's realise that we've had a great. We're all going about Hogan, but the two of them have given us great service over 4 or 5 years. Dukey a bit longer than that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Their time is done, gone. Christmas time, goodbye, and get some young blood in that side. Give our young striker. There's Donovan and there's this player and that guy. Give them a go. Let them be on the bench. So when we take the likes of Stanfield off and everybody's booing, they throw a youngster on who apparently is it Donovan that gets all the goals in the
Dixon, yeah.
Junior Dixon, yeah.
They'll get the crowd will get behind him straight away. Yeah.
And also Colin Tatham's lad as well.
Yeah. We've got these. I mean, I quite like Long, but at the end of the day, you ain't going to pick him over Awu, who's 23 or 4. Long's 30 plus. Has done a good job for us, but no more. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Goodbye.
Let's just buy a bit more patience. Sorry, Al. Let's buy a bit more patience and see where we are come January. Because if he keeps trying with this system, with these players between now and January, I think you said it earlier, Al, we could be,
bottom 4.
But hopefully, like I said, when we start to get some more beatable teams in front of us, we can start to win more. You know what I mean? Because realistically, even with John Eustace or anybody with his squad, over the last 5 games, we haven't really had one fixture that you would say was winnable, would you?
No.
Also, I think they're all winnable, but the likelihood of winning them is
That's what I mean. Yeah.
diminished.
Yeah.
But again, how many times the performance against Ipswich was relatively good. Now, how many times in the past have we put a performance in against a decent side and then a load of rubbish comes up and we drew 2-2 or 1-1? And you think, what's going on here?
Yeah.
When we declared at the end of the season, we're safe from relegation, we'll give the kids a chance in the last 3 games, usually against the Rotherhams and Charlton a couple of years ago, and we get hammered, and you're thinking, well, what was the point of that? You know some of these kids ain't going to be any good because they would have been in the side before then. So I've got to be honest, I fear the worst. Because, we're not going to win all these games against the lower teams. We may not lose them, but, you don't get anywhere drawing games. You've got to get 3 points to move up that table.
And when you say you fear the worst, what do you mean by that?
I fear the worst that we by halfway, we won't have 30 points.
And there'll be joys and sorrows too in that famous song, and I think that's where we need to go with it. And we've got to,
too many
lift the world. At the end of the day, I just want to say thank you for Blackburn for doing 20s plenty, and Coventry. I'm not going to say any more, but for an under 25, so you could take your 6-year-old for £25 to Coventry away. And they know we're going to sell it. And I've had lots and lots of people telling me, well, don't go. That's not how you're going to sort this issue. For me, the English Football League, hopefully lots and lots of people have done their survey and they have put that it's becoming ridiculous with pricing. £37 for a local derby that's on the TV near Christmas.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, and I have to say something because I know that a lot of other people are also complaining about it. Now, obviously, I'm going to go, but that's my personal choice, and because I won't miss it anyway. But I think it's not fair for some people where some people struggle to go to away games. This might be the only away game they can go to. So I just think fair play to Blackburn for keeping it £20, but Coventry, I know that you don't own your own stadium and things like that, but come on.
£37. Well, you can get a telly for that in Coventry, can't you, Mark?
Oh yeah, get a telly and watch it with your. I'd say friends, but I'm going. Right, no, seriously.
It's Bo's 8th birthday today. There she is, Bo Brummie, the beautiful cat. She's my favourite person.
On the footballing front and stuff as well. I mean, you mentioned there the price for Coventry, the £20 for Blackburn, and I know our club reciprocates it when those fans come down and we go into it as well. I think it's disgusting, the fact, for 2 things as well. The game was moved. We'll still sell it out at Coventry, but the game was moved. The game was moved for TV. Not for police, for TV.
Yeah.
But as we're talking about games being moved, yet again, Birmingham City have a game moved for Boxing Day. Spoken of 5:30 kickoff is just it's unreal because we probably will sell the stadium out. We always do around Christmas. We always do really well. We're playing Stoke. That's great. But that kickoff time, it ruins Christmas for some people.
Yeah, you know what, Craig?
It's bad.
There are a lot of Stoke fans around here, and I was talking to a few downstairs last night, and they are saying, and we are saying, this is family time.
Absolutely.
We're all very busy people. We go to work for very long hours, and we don't spend enough time with our families. And the only time that we get to spend with our families is the time that you want to go to the football. Crazy, crazy, crazy world.
Yeah. And it also means the yubbos can spend all day
drinking. Alan, that was another topic of question yesterday.
all day. And I want, you know, you want to take your grandkids, alone kids, to the football, and would you risk it? Would you risk it? It depends where your seat is, I suppose. But you know what I mean. It's a time when people take their kids to a football match for the first time, or it's a Christmas treat, and you know you got 10 and 11-year-olds watching things get thrown, and you know people fighting, and you know that it's just lunacy. And I once asked the TV person, and it was we had our game moved at Gillingham to a Friday night, and I wrote a letter to Sky Sports, whoever it was, and you know what they said? You can stop at home and watch it. You don't have to go all the way down the M25 to Gillingham. You can stop at home and watch it on the telly. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
At least it hasn't been moved away from Boxing Day, which we've had the last couple of years as well. I've got to admit. But I do feel sorry for the people behind me. So I have the disabled supporters behind me who we get on really well with. And a lot of them are struggling to get to games because they're not 3 o'clock on a Saturday. And I think Sky have not put them into any consideration. Night games, okay, they understand. But moving it to 5:15, I totally agree with you guys. I just think...
Central Disabled Supporters, I've got to say, well done to Steve Portland, 7 years of chairman of the Accessi Blues. Well done, Sunshine. You know,
on the
lovely man, friend of the show.
On the Boxing Day side of things as well, let's also not forget, you know, we're not just talking about a late kick-off time, but it's Boxing Day. So, number one, there are no trains.
Number two, it could be snowy.
The buses,
Number two, it could be snowy.
Buses are awful.
The buses,
there's no train.
I don't think there's buses at a very, very reduced service after 6 o'clock.
Yeah, so
taxis and everybody else are going to be making a fortune because they'll be charging more because it's Boxing Day. Or people just go to the game and don't have a drink. Or worst case scenario, they don't go at all. And this is the thing, right? It puts people off. So, you know, when it comes to discussions with the clubs, I've got one question for the club, which I'm hoping at some point they will answer, and that is, who dictates who goes on TV? Because if Sky have the power to dictate a team must play at this time, then Sky own the club. Now, that's
why, you know, Craig.
Wouldn't the police
saying to the club, listen, if we move that from this time to that time, there's 20 grand in it for you.
20 grand's not, but do you know what? I'd rather have a full stadium and fans there than 20 grand in my pocket. I simply cannot accept that they turn the TV for a payment. There has to be something else behind it. And we've had too many games already changed.
Well, yeah, but like, what else could be behind it?
Rooney effect for you.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's the Rooney.
Nothing else.
As soon as he came in, we've been on TV once every couple of weeks.
Claire, I missed what you said originally, sorry.
It's been the Rooney effect.
Yep.
Because they literally, Sky Sports, I've never, ever, even when we were in the Premier League, even when we were in Europe, they had never had us so much on. Like, I've never seen it so much.
I think that's what it is. Rooney's job, him and the hedge fund, their job was to increase revenue, and they've done it. Full stop.
Well, but is that our expense, though, Chris? Our emotions.
I didn't want to say that.
We go through.
I didn't want to say that, but yeah, I'm guessing.
No, I appreciate you saying it, mate.
Leagues will get changed next anyway, so be aware. New Year's Day, I can imagine that changing too.
Yeah.
In the end, that's what it's.
And that Leicester game would be like a circus.
Oh,
to set the week forward.
Can't wait for that one.
Hey, Craig, can we talk a positive now? And the Blues ladies winning again yesterday.
We can, but I also want to say hi to Robbo, who has joined us and he's watching the show at the moment.
He's missed all the compliments
on the message board. So
come back, Robbo.
Good evening.
Come back, Robbo.
So yes, the ladies, the continued winning streak, a great and very hard fought results down at London Lionesses at the weekend, and not just that. what was even better was the fact that the teams above us who seem to have been flying and everybody was like, no, we don't got Kano's chance, and etc., they slipped up. So now we're just 4 points off the top of the table with those teams to play. And the run and I think the whole mentality that this team have got at the moment is brilliant. Huge well done to Lucy Quinn, being named the Barclays Championship Player of the Month for last month, and the trophy was handed over by Carts and the team during a team meeting. Whether it was a tongue-in-cheek statement or not, but one thing she turned around, she went, this isn't just for me, this is for the team. And to hear that is brilliant. We've got another tough game, the weekend against Durham at St Andrews. You know, I say it every week, but please, I'd love to see more faces down there. You know, these ladies are working hard and they're pushing our club forwards. They're getting us recognised, not just on the league status, but the international status now. You know, we've got loads of international players in our squad. We've got a wicked rapport between the fans that go and the games when they're down at St Andrews. There's a totally different atmosphere. You know, we could get 1,000, if not more, down there for the next game. Just love to see many people going, and we have got tickets as Tilton Talk to give away, right? Mm-hmm. If you want tickets to take your family to a day, and it is a family day, please let us know. We'll get those tickets distributed. But they're there to use, there to get people down there, and the kids love it. So let's see more people down there, help Daz and the team continue this unbeaten run and climb in that league. And you know what? Women's Super League, why couldn't we do it? And let's go for it.
Yeah. It's good value for money as well. I mean, yesterday's match lasted 115 minutes. So
yeah.
Yep.
Well, that is a lot. Should we come on now then to our top 5 managers? We've got we have 5 weeks, and we're now on to the final week where we want our viewers to vote for our best ever manager. So just to reiterate, number 5, going to help me out here.
Terry Cooper.
Number 5 was Terry Cooper.
Terry Cooper, yeah.
Number 4 was
Barry Fry, was it?
Barry Fry. Number 3 was Jim Smith.
Jim Smith.
And number 2 was Steve Bruce.
Yeah.
Alex McLeish.
Very good win.
Is that yours, Mark? Yeah.
No, McLeish.
Yeah,
very good with mine, Paul.
Yeah, I think he did the most.
Gotta be. It's got to be McLeish. It's got to be.
Yeah,
so let's see what our viewers think.
Yeah, same with me. I'm going to have to go for McLeish.
Right, you're nearly as old as me, for crying out loud, so.
Yeah. I know.
I think, you know, based on that 9th place Premier League finish and obviously winning the League Cup.
Yeah, it's got it. And
hard to agree, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a long time for that.
What he did.
Yeah.
I mean, Bruce was my number 1 before last week. Bruce was my number 1 because I think he
And Trevor Francis isn't even in there.
Kept us there. No. So it's strange. Some of the names, you know, overall that aren't there that gave us the good times, you know, prior to any probably of us. And watching the times down at
Lou Macari, for goodness sake.
Well, I mean, yeah, Bruce would have been my number 1.
Lou Macari, he is actually operating in Stoke. He's got a big hotel complex.
He does
he's doing a massive amount of work there. So great.
Yeah, he does the pods, doesn't he, for the homeless?
Alex McLeish is absolutely winning this by nobody's voted for anybody else.
No. There was one for TF at the beginning, but that's it. Yeah.
I'd have loved it to have been Sir Alf Ramsey, to be honest with you.
Trevor would be my top 5 personally, but obviously I don't remember Jim Smith. But you know, being my top 5, Trevor.
Yeah, so it does look.
He was the most unluckiest manager at the club in terms
I believe so. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Absolutely.
Team that was performing and never got the rub of the green. And ultimately his team that was promoted with Steve Bruce.
I'm taking feedback off Jason Hughes here, and he's got a good point. So we should have done a 1 to 5, not a 5 to 1, as it hasn't stacked up. So on the next subject, starting next week, we'll do a 1 to 5.
Right. Okay.
And yeah, McLeish is heads and tails above the people.
Anybody, I'm afraid so.
Jim Toner, he's just said Steve Cottrell because he's a legend in his own mind.
Yeah.
Heads and tails is McLeish coming through this one.
Yeah, they're saying the same.
You know
on
what?
YouTube
I still feel really sorry for Cox as well. When he came on the show, my God, he came through as a very passionate man, didn't he?
Who's this? Lee Clark?
Lee Clark, sorry, yeah.
Lee Clark was, yeah.
The passion.
Steve Cottrell.
He got it. He got the passion.
It's Steve Cottrell come on here. I've watched it that night.
Yeah, he's got the passion, but he probably just hadn't got the know-how to push it that little bit further.
No, lovely guy, but lovely guys don't make good managers half the time.
Right.
Yeah, but no, I think it's hard to disagree with Alex McLeish anyway. So I think that sorts that out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Squad game. Yeah, so squad game, and we'll stick with the routine of squad numbers followed by goal scorers from the same year. So this time around is the 1999-2000 season, which we're talking Trevor there. He was in charge, and we finished 5th in the league. So what I want to know is, can you name the 2 players that played with squad number 22 in that season, and the 2 players that played squad number 24 that season, and finally the 2 players that played 29 that season?
What season?
So 1999, 2000, and squad numbers 22, 24, and 29.
Wasn't Holdsworth 24?
No, 6.
No.
24. Wasn't Addy Bowler, was it? He was the season after in 24, because 10 was Dealey was 10 that season, wasn't he?
Dealey was 10 that season, yes.
22. Was Christopher Ray one of the 22s?
No.
Tyler?
No.
Jerry Gill.
So he was 23.
Jason Hughes.
Yeah, Jerry Gill was 23.
I know.
Isaiah Rankin?
No. We've actually mentioned tonight one of the players that played.
Carrick. Michael Carrick.
Michael Carrick is one of those 22, yeah.
Well done.
Who was the other one?
Mark.
He only played.
Johnston?
Go on, Mark, sorry.
AJ.
Yeah, AJ wore 26, didn't he? So he's the 26th one, I think.
Yeah.
He is, but we didn't ask for 26.
We'll have him as well.
Yeah, we'll just chuck him into the equation. So it's 22, 24, 29.
Eddie Newton. Eddie Newton, one of them.
Nope.
Blimey, he's got me here.
Yeah, it's a tough one, this one.
Can't believe what I'm hearing.
Yeah, Chris, are you recording this?
Mark Adams, you know what's going to happen in a minute, right? I don't have my phone on me, but I'm going to get every one of these probably right.
Okay, I'm going to have a go with Alan Johnston, the winger.
Nope.
Oh my God.
Normally you 2 carry us. Come on, we need help here.
I was going to say, my camera's going off in a minute.
What about Graham Hyde?
No.
No. I'm just going to look as I know what I'm talking about. And I'm really
just
thinking about.
We're just naming the whole squad now, just random names, aren't we?
You know, what you're going to do, Chris, is you're going to look like that you've seen the answers.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It was the season that we wore the Tesco carrier bag shirt, wasn't it?
Is it Barnsley? We lost to Barnsley, didn't we? In the playoffs?
Yeah.
Lazaridis.
No.
Nope.
Before
28.
Yeah.
See, I know loads of these, but I don't know 22, 24, or 29.
The 2 midfielders, one was the bald-headed bloke from Southampton, or went to Southampton.
Oh, Marston.
He was gone by then. He's already gone by then now.
What about Martin, the other midfielder?
Martin O'Connor, he was number 8.
Martin O'Connor.
Yeah, he went that high.
I'm just trying to think of loan players.
You know what? I think, did you say 29 on one of them?
29 is one of them, yeah.
Wasn't he the goalkeeper that
Myra? Thomas Myra?
No. You're right with goalkeeper, but you're wrong with the name.
Kevin Paul.
Don't keep your eye on the shout box for people as well.
Yeah, I am. Yep.
No, and no.
Alan
and
Kelly.
no.
Alan Kelly.
No. Oh, I've got a really good year here. I'm loving this one.
You got me here.
Crikey, yeah. No, nobody.
I think your source is wrong, Craig.
Ranking?
Oh no, I was going to say Nico.
I honestly thought Myra wore 29 that year.
Yeah.
So I can tell you
Kevin Miller.
that the 2 players playing 22 squad number to help out were both midfield, and you've already got Carrick. From a 29 perspective, you've got one of them saying it was a goalkeeper. The other one was a defender. And then for 24, one of them was a forward and the other was a midfielder.
Jeremy Pollard. Is he one of them?
No.
Oh, Jason Hughes, that's a good effort. John Beresford.
John Beresford is indeed the defender playing number 29. Good knowledge.
Well done.
Nice one.
Well done. So we've got some clever people.
Stuart Campbell
from Thomas Meyer, by the way.
22, wasn't he?
What about Jack Williams?
Jack Williams, no.
Treadle and Tyler.
Stuart Campbell was one of them. Who said that? Hip kiss? Stuart Campbell was one of them.
Stuart Campbell off Russell Rees. I'm not taking any credit for that. Russell Rees.
Stuart Campbell is the one of the midfielders playing number 24. So again, great knowledge.
Bloody hell.
Wow.
This is solid this week, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with the fact that our viewers have got more
than us
our panel this week, which is some going.
Yeah. How many we got left now? How many got left to get?
So you've still got one of number 22, you've got one of 24, and you've got one of 29.
Can you describe what he looks like?
Footballer.
Right, he has no marks.
But there are many of them.
Eyes,
2 arms and a head.
Yeah,
one of them had a green sock on and played in goal. There you go, Mark.
Green and goal. That's narrowed it down, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't Brian Hughes come in late that season and would have had a high number?
No, Hughes was 4 that season. He'd already been with us a couple of years, hadn't he? He signed from Wrexham in 97, was it? 96?
Yeah.
Earlier than that.
He actually the FA Cup and he signed the week after then, didn't he?
Yeah.
Hang on, you know the goalie. Craig, you know the goalie. You know the goalie. Did he have ginger hair?
I couldn't tell you what colour hair he's got.
Ian Bennett.
It was black
Thomas
and white.
Meyer.
Black and white telly.
Thomas Meyer did play 29. However, it's not the goalkeeper that I'm looking for.
Furlong,
Yep.
a couple of people have gone Furlong, no?
Tyler.
No.
Brian Tyler. No.
Oh, Carl Tyler. Yeah. John Bass.
Colin Doyle, was it? Like a really young kid.
Colin Doyle now.
Richard Knight. Said Russell.
Say that again, Chris, sorry.
Richard Knight said Russell Rees.
Russell Rees is correct.
Well
that
done,
is the
Russell
goalkeeper
Rees.
in number 29.
Who?
Yes.
Never heard of him.
Did he have ginger hair?
I'm with you,
Did he have ginger hair?
I'm with you.
Mark, you need to research this ginger-haired goalkeeper because I haven't got a clue who you're talking about.
I've never heard of him. Did he play a first team game?
No.
I'm going to have to research
So, yeah,
this.
he played for Burton Albion, Derby County, Carlisle, Birmingham, Hull, Macclesfield, Oxford.
Well, hang on. Whoa, Craig. You just said he didn't play a first team game, so he didn't play for Birmingham.
Who's got squad number? That's the game.
The game is squad game.
You're out.
This is when it is a squad game. He is a player, but he never actually played. But then he might be playing.
Oh, here we go.
And if he did play, he would have played one of them.
You've mentioned a couple of the players as well, just so you're aware. Tresha Latana was number 34 that season. I also heard somebody else mention Christopher Ray. He was number 32 that season. Lazaridis was number 28 for that one that was shouted out.
So who's the other ones we missed then?
Number 22 midfielder, Chris Holland.
Oh, somebody said that. Oh, someone said that in the shout box. Lilypad, sorry.
Well done, Lilypad. So number 24, the forward, Howard Forrington.
Hey?
He's a teacher now in Coventry.
And you got all of the 29s.
No.
Okay. That was good this week, Craig.
Was a good
It was
one.
a good
yeah,
this
yeah.
That's really good.
Was a good one, yeah.
Goal scoring.
Brilliant. Players that don't play. It was brilliant.
So we start off, and it's Brian Hughes has been mentioned actually. So we'll start off with Brian Hughes. He scored 10 goals in the season that year. So Paul Furlong, higher or lower in the 99-2000 season, higher or lower than 10?
Lower.
That was the year that my son fell over outside the main stand, and Paul Furlong picked him up and took him to the medics, and he was just that happy that he could see the grass. He forgot about the cut on his knee. Bless him.
I'm saying
or lower.
Lower.
I'm saying I reckon he got about 11 or 12.
I'm going higher.
We're
With
going
Paul.
higher.
I think he got a hat-trick at Bolton that season, if I remember.
It was higher, and it was 11 goals in the league. So good knowledge there. So we'll move on.
Sorry, good guess. Good guess.
Marcelo.
Oh,
Lower.
Go lower.
Lower. That was the
Lower,
season he signed.
yeah. It would have been lower. He only got about 8, didn't he?
If that.
It is lower, and it was actually only 5 goals
5.
in the league. John McCarthy, higher or lower than 5?
Lower.
Lower.
Lower. He didn't get
I'll
many,
say-
did they?
I'm going to say higher 6.
I'm going 6. Yeah, I'm going to go 6. I promise you. I'm going
I don't think he scored a goal, did he?
Yes. I reckon he got 2.
No,
I remember him getting the winner at Norwich away that season, I think.
Mm.
Cutting on his left and away lovely in the top corner.
Claire, good knowledge with 4 goals. That's actually how many he scored in that particular season.
Well done, Gibbers.
Well done.
Last 2.
Good guess.
Here we go. So, Dealey had a bowler.
Higher. 7.
Yeah, higher. Dealey had a load of goals.
Save it. That's
You get a
coming.
bowl of hats.
Oh, God, I should have said
I reckon slightly lower.
And 4.
And 4. I reckon he got
Oh,
more.
sorry, no, I was thinking of 10. Ignore me. Sorry, no. Higher.
Yeah, I'll go higher.
Higher.
He scored 5.
So I've got 3 out of 4 this week.
Yeah.
This to me is my FA Cup final.
Yeah, yeah.
We did going back to these days. We did split the goals, didn't we, across the team?
Yeah.
The goal scoring in this one was absolutely immense. This particular season. I'm gonna do the last one I had on my list, and then I'm gonna chuck in a bonus one afterwards. So the last player is a Sire ranking, higher or lower than Dealey's 5.
Lower. 3.
Lower.
Can I get 4 out of 5? Lower.
6. Higher.
Oh, Brownie's coming in
lower.
again.
Not one
And
at
it
Grim.
was 4 goals.
Hey, 4 out of 5 for me.
Useless.
Right.
So the bonus for a bonus points, David Holdsworth, higher or lower than 4?
Lower.
I'm going
He
to go higher.
scored quite a few with his head, didn't
Yeah, I think he's.
I know we got the winner against Wolves when we won 1-0.
Yeah.
When Martin O'Connor got sent off, didn't he?
he? Yeah, he got the win. Yeah, the header, yeah.
Higher.
He got a few with his head.
Higher for me.
Yeah.
Higher for me.
I reckon the same.
I'm going to go
Draw.
higher. He's not
I'm going to say
same.
the same.
No sames in this game, Roby.
There's no. I had to take out the Sames, Robe. Sorry, you're behind the times.
Has he got? Did he have ginger hair?
I think 5.
Taking goal number 29.
I can confirm Claire's knowledge again. She's on form tonight because he did actually score 5 goals.
What's she drinking?
I
I
know.
looked. I haven't even looked because I'm sat on my hands.
So, last one to really test the knowledge. I'm sorry, I've got to do this one. So, in that season, there were 4 players who all scored 5 goals. You've named 3 of those in David Holdsworth, Dele Adebola, and Marcelo. Who was the other player to score 5 goals in the league that season?
Granger.
You know what, Mark? I was going to say exactly the same. Martin Granger.
Might be Darren Purse, you know.
Oh, somebody else come for Granger as well.
Could be Darren Purse, that could, because he took penalties. Is that the season he started taking penalties as well?
I'd say it's not Percy. He only scored 2.
Or it could be Jono.
It's also not Jono. He only scored 2.
Then it is Granger.
It is Martin Granger.
Yeah.
Hey! I feel good.
I enjoyed that this week. That was a good one. That was so well done.
Well done, Craig. It was
Sorry,
harder than normal.
Yeah, Craig, you've done well though.
Craig.
Well done to everyone on the show.
Have not.
Shout box is amazing.
Yeah, well done,
Craig,
everyone.
I promise you have not enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed it.
And I think I'm going to learn the rules next week.
There we go.
Well done.
Yeah, no pressure. I've got to find a harder one next week.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Right, we're into the last 15 minutes, lovelies. What have we got this week?
Oh, what have we got? That is the question.
Ah.
That is the question, and I'm going to remember it. If I can get a few more pauses in it. It is in fact
Isn't it football and bakeries?
exactly it.
Yeah.
Football and what?
Bakeries.
Bakeries.
Yeah.
A bakery. All right,
Bakery,
okay. Football and a bakery. Crikey.
Well, I'm going to kickstart you with Mark Warburton.
Oh yeah, well done.
That's a good one, isn't
it? Well done.
Can we
What about
do
Austin?
Birmingham sandwich?
No, it's not to do with a bakery.
I'm
Yeah,
going
you
to
can
go
get
for Dele
sandwiches in the
Adebola.
bakery.
Dele Adebola.
What about Austin Krusty?
The best bit was the laugh at the end.
Yeah. I've just got it. I'm really slow.
Mark, I've not wet myself for a long time. Brilliant.
I can't believe that, Nick.
So we've had a few coming through already. So Joe Tart, Frankie Bunn, we had Nicky Bunn. Benji Smith said Adebola bread. We've got Doe Nat Lafthouse from Ray Hobro. Lilypad has gone for the Tilton turnovers. Mark Morgan has gone for Noel Bake.
Oh,
Jason Hughes, he's been thinking about this again way too much because he said Gettiatelli. I am not going to even think about coming up with that one. Michael Hughes, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it. Tim Flower from Ray Autumn. And Tim Flower as well from Mummy Giblin. Hiya, Mummy Giblin.
I'm a Giblin.
Mama Giblin. Doo-doo.
We've got Cake Taylor from Ray Hobro. Ryan Greggs from Steve Portman. Liking that one as well.
Steve,
and
I was desperately trying to think of that one.
Jim Tony has gone for hotter chocolate eclair.
No.
Oh, look at Paul
Very
Hansen.
good. Paul Hansen, very good indeed. Alex Govan.
Oven.
Alex
Oven.
oh yeah.
No, Alex.
Oven.
You got to think
Oh,
about
yeah.
this one.
Oven.
Govan.
Alex Govan.
Wow. Really
Paul
was
McCarthy has
bright.
said, what about Otto Space Cakes?
I'm gonna
Greg
go for-
Downs.
I'm going to go for Eclair Giblin.
That's a good.
Yeah.
Michael Woods has said Bernard Sunblessed. Dom Kavanagh, Cream, Barry Horn.
Mother's Pride Park.
Ray Hobro's definitely on fire this
He
evening
is,
with Vince Turnoverson.
Very clever.
Yeah, good. Well done, Ray. Well done.
And Benji Smith has also gone with Marlon Kingsmill. Jason Hughes has said George best things in sliced bread.
Oh, I like it. I like that.
Don Kavanagh has said Jim Bagel in.
Yeah. Right.
Pete Taylor, Chris Mighty White. We've had John Scones from Ray Hopro. Noel Cake from Jim Tony. Mommy Gibling's winning with It's a Long, Long, Rocky Road.
Oh, Mommy Giblin.
That's decent, that one.
That's goes up there. That is Michael Brown Bread from Warren Was a Starling. Declan Ice Fingers from Lilypad. Steve Portman. Brock Cakes Madston.
Yeah, oh, that good.
Like the guy that said, Matt, go, Etty.
Yeah, like it.
Ready,
I'm going to go Tim Flower.
On YouTube, Paul Tart.
Paul
Tate. You got to think about it.
Lee Manley needs to explain this one. We're talking about bakeries, and he's come up with Tony Cotton Candy Floss.
Who's that?
It's certain person called Lee Malin. I'm not too sure who he is, but he needs to come up with a better one than that.
The drugs haven't kicked in, I think.
What about Delia had a donut?
Yeah.
He had a big one.
What about Peter Doherty?
Oh, Alan came in with one there.
No, Doherty.
Doherty.
Alan's looking at a book.
Sergio Biscuits.
Pardon?
Biscuits.
Biscuits. Yeah. Biscuits. Yeah.
Can we have macaroni?
Macaroni.
Oh, yeah,
Mark Morgan has also said Howard Kendall mint cake.
No, that's a confectionery. That's not bakery. Suck it immediately.
And what about
Andy
meal
Leg?
What about meal deal Etheridge?
Oh, you've been saving that
Mark,
one day.
right. Your punishment tonight is to walk round the ring road in
I quite
commentary.
like that one.
Oh, God, blimey.
Tony Layton has said Mark Appleton over Mars.
Yeah.
Chris Rowe has gone with Kevin De Browne.
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, I do like a brownie.
Benji Smith, Mark Hot Cross Bun. We've also had Didi Adebola Flour.
Oh.
Yeah, but no, I'm sorry. We could go on forever with that one. Dilly Adebola sugar, Dilly Adebola yeast, Dilly Adebola.
Craig Shortbread from Paul Hanson.
Did you have egg Davids?
Egg. Like it, yeah, egg. I suppose, yeah.
No, not in a bakery.
Subliminal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a book with eggs in a bakery, Mark. Come on.
Ooh.
Yeah, of course.
Me?
Baker. Great
Yeah,
bake.
teach him.
They use eggs.
Teach him offline, man. Teach him.
They're not allowed to use English eggs, are they, in America?
No.
Oh yeah, they're allowed.
They're not allowed to use English eggs.
A band.
Yeah.
So Jason Hughes has also said Danny Sticky Toffee Puddings. We've got Jordan Jams Donuts from Warren Was a Starling again. We've got Steve Job has said, what about pizza on love?
Yeah.
Leg custard from Don Kavanagh.
Leg custard. Yeah.
Leg
Paul
custard.
McCartney.
Andy Leg.
Paul McCartney. Pep clotted cream. Pep clotted cream. Clotted.
Yeah, like that.
God, it's gone over Nick's head, that one has, but that's definitely up there.
There is some amazingly sad, beautiful people out there.
John Farrington has said, talk about the club. I think he's not been with us for the last 1.5 hours.
Michael Woods has said Jasper carrot cake.
I like that one. That is brilliant.
Very clever.
That's a good one.
Or plain and simply, what about a Chelsea bun from Don Kavanagh?
Simple.
Have we got
John Kavanagh is simple.
going back onto the team then? Have we got Buchanan and George Hall back against Sheffield Wednesday? Is there a good chance of that?
I think there's a good chance.
I think got a chance.
They're in the squad on Saturday, weren't they?
Paul wasn't.
Paul wasn't.
I thought Hall travelled, didn't he?
Yeah.
He travelled.
Adam Wilkes has stepped in with Delia de Bakewell.
Well done, Adam.
And also somebody called Mr. Robe. I've seen one with Freddie Howe.
Freddie Howe. No, that's a good one, that is, yeah.
Is it?
Oh, was it mine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, God.
And when we click
that
our
was-
fingers, you will wake up.
There used to be a player. Wasn't there a player called Paul Bakewell, played for Man City?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bracewell.
Bracewell, yeah.
Bracewell Everton, but I'm sure there was a Bakewell as well. I'm sure there was.
Bracewell.
I think he was exceedingly good.
He was.
Hey.
Funnily enough, I met Paul Bracewell, not last summer, the summer before, at an airport when we were going to Malta.
Get his autograph.
No, he asked for
He
mine.
asked him for a suitcase as a bit of merchandise.
Yeah, I was like shaking up and down. You got any memorabilia? No, he's like an academy coach. I think he's at Spurs, an academy coach, and he just saw my Blues like badge on my jacket, and I had a quick chat with him. Nice guy. That's as close as I'll get to a friend, anyway.
my random story like that is I bumped into David Howells on the train on my way back.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
The old physio, the old number.
Yeah. Used to play for Tottenham midfield.
Oh, him.
David Howells played for Tottenham and Southampton. Played with like Gaza and Lineker in the '91 team. Yeah, he was on his way. I won't tell you where he was travelling to. He was travelling to watch Tottenham at a certain ground up the road.
Okay.
So but we were on our way back from London, and he was on the train with his mate. So we got like obviously a 2-hour journey in it. So we got
Yeah.
We've got to say,
My dad said for the older ones, Johnny Dofield.
like it. And again, one of the older ones, not massively older though, but Paul Bryant has come up with Bruce Cobbler.
Bruce Cobbler, yeah.
Cobbler. Or Cobbler. Flipjack Charlton. Robin Van Pie. See?
That's not bad.
That's not a bad one.
Graham Hyde, the chocolate cake.
Has Nick gone to a bakery just to look at the menu?
Yeah. Our viewing figures have just gone up. Hang on.
Yeah,
Michael
Paul
Elba.
Battenberg. Or Paul Battyberg, sorry, from Dom Kavanagh.
David Battyberg, innit?
David Batty. Of course it is, yeah.
He was a good player.
Do we need to get
he was.
predictions in quickly? We've only got 5 minutes, haven't we?
We got
For the
After this week.
Should we do? What about an England prediction?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah.
Who am I playing?
Malta. I reckon
Malta.
4-0.
I'll go 4-0 as well.
4-0.
I'll go 6.
I'm going 5. I fancy us for a handful.
Did anybody notice that Jude didn't play the weekend?
He's out until after the international break.
Oh yeah, he's out. Yeah.
He won't be playing for England, will he?
No, he's in the squad. No, he's there. He hasn't pulled out the squad.
Oh,
No,
right. Well, I shan't watch if he's not playing anyway. So
Don't then. He won't miss you.
Gonna miss him. Where's Nick gone?
Oh,
Sky will.
clever. Michael Hughes has said because we're talking internationals, he's having Malta loaf.
Oh.
Yeah, you can have Jamaica cake and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. This could be for next time. Last 15 football and countries.
Yeah.
And John Cherry Bakewell has come through. We've got loads of score lines. Steve Portman said 6-0. Martin Furfer said 6-1. Paul Hansen 6-0. Andrew Boxall 6-0. John Bloor 4-1. Jason Hughes 6-0. Benji Smith 4-0. Warren Wasser starting 5-0.
We just
Kavanagh has then said England 4-0 and Blues 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0.
That'd be nice.
Benji Smith has gone with Japan cake.
I'll have a prediction of the girls win 2-0 against Durham.
3-0 for the women.
I
1-0 against the women
as well.
I reckon 1-0.
And can I just say that on Thursday evening, please keep an eye on social media I will be putting some posts out from the award ceremony up at Anfield, which we will all be in attendance for.
Yeah.
For those that are going. And
not going, are we?
your theatre.
The most important to going. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
It's not Sound of Music I'm going to. It's The Wizard of Oz.
Right, okay.
But I shall have my phone nearby.
Yeah. No, we're all looking forward to it.
Well, we remember last time we went, don't we, Chris, and the Africa Festival, of course, it's still a my phone, which will never be published.
I've got this horrible dream. As it's at Anfield, right? I've got this dream where the guy announces that the winners, by a vast majority, are the Tilton Talk Show from Birmingham. And then a little bloke in the corner by the cop gets his flag and sticks it up and rules us offside, the whole lot.
VAR.
Runs the
VAR,
bar.
come on.
David Ellery's there to stop it.
Yeah.
Right, okay, we've got a minute or so. Let's just quickly really discuss VAR. It's on a lot of issues at the minute. Crikey, what's going on?
There's not enough time with VAR.
We need a whole show on that maybe next week. International Flag VAR Day.
Why do they have to make it so complicated? I mean, you watch the Champions League, you watch the World Cup last year, and it was nowhere near this complicated, was it?
No, it was quite smooth, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But all of a sudden,
we need a whole show on it. So, here we are, 8 o'clock in the evening, ladies and gentlemen. This has been the Tilton Talk Show.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Bo Brumming the Cat, 8 years old today. God bless her, my little baby girl.
2 minutes left.
You what, sorry?
I've got 2 minutes left.
Yeah, but by the time I finish talking, it'll be 2 minutes, it'll be gone, won't it?
He's not introduced anyone yet. He's still got to say bye to everyone.
All these drivel.
You know what? There is that, isn't there?
I was going to just put in there that we'd had Diego Maradona as one of the things through from Chris Rowe. And Elizabeth Allen has just simply put blues, blues, blues up the Claire Giblin.
Pardon?
Giblin's got her own
Thanks,
fan
Alan.
club, ladies and gents.
Well, I didn't say anything.
It's a Giblin fan club.
Hashtag up the Giblin.
Yeah, fan club.
Everywhere we go.
I'm not having that one on my shirt, but
Where's Mr.
And
Rhodes?
Jason
Where's
Hughes,
Mr. Rhodes fan club?
it's still next week, but Jason Hughes said in the last 15 next week, can he have Delia de Bovar?
No.
I don't get that one.
No.
Delia de Bovar for next week.
Oh, yeah.
I know your egg player, don't worry.
Are we on next week,
Stop
Chris?
it.
National break.
Well, I suppose it really depends on how well we do on Thursday. I don't mind. If everybody else is up for it, I don't mind at all.
I'm out. Thanksgiving week.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course, Thanksgiving week. Okay, so
Thanksgiving.
We'll have the A team on then.
Yay.
Nick, time to say goodbye. Goodbye.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. I did have a whole 2 minutes of the speech. That's been destroyed.
Oh, thank God for that.
So it's goodbye from good night, Chris Browne.
Good night.
Good night, Mark Adams.
Good night, everyone. Have a
Good
good
night,
week.
Claire Giblin.
Good night. Have a good week.
Good night, Mark Meredith.
Good night, all. Keep right on.
Good night, Craig Courtney.
Good night, everyone. Come on, England, and keep right on.
Good night, Paul Hipkiss.
Good night, all.
And good night from our beautiful, wonderful person, the chairman of the board, Alan Watto.
Good night, all. Happy to be 17th? Question mark.
Good night, Mark Robe.
You didn't forget anybody?
Seriously,
Good night, Mark.
boys.
Good
Good to
night.
see you again.
Good night, Jim Bob.
Thanks
For coming.
Good night.
That's all right.
Good night, Chris Brown. Good night, Jim Bob.
See you Thursday.
Good night, everybody. Good night, Mama.
Good
Good
night.
night,
And it's
Papa.
been the same. Back to that game. It's not the same, is it?
Which one?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Let's bring the same back as well.
Yeah.
Aaron Stemson said night-night.
Oh,
And Martin.
I'm sure that goalie had ginger hair, you know.
Definitely
Oh, yeah.
Can we all wear a ginger wig next week, please?
Good and much.
Hey?
Who?
History maker, not history maker.
Good night, John Boy.
Never played, but if you did play, you would have played.
Hi, Mark. We never said bye to you earlier.
Hi, Claire.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
All the way from the United States of America.
Thank you, guys.
What are your hair, Ginger? Maybe not.
Got the poor hip kiss going on.
You've got the stubble.
My hair's like a tennis ball.
I've got foot and a snot up